Hello everyone. Just wanted to clarify something here about the border scaling. As you can see, this is the assignment we did was assignment 3A, which was creating the border. This is just a basic border with all of the layers that are created here. You can see all of them are here. That's what we need to have, is all these layers, so please take note of those. They should be in every single one of your drawings. Okay, so before you start a drawing, all these things should need to be set up, and it'll help you make sure everything's all lined out and done correctly. Alright, so just to show you, if I put the dimension on this, this is based on the original assignment 3A. It's 17 inches, which is the paper size, and the actual border should be 16.5. And I know that that means that this one on the side for vertically should be 11, which is 11 by 17 paper, and the drawing border should be 10.5. So that gives me a 1/4 inch all around, and essentially that's how I had you guys set everything up. So I'm going to get rid of those just so I can show you that that's the original border, the original size. So this is my inch scale border. This is my inch border, the standard one. Now I know it says metric here. I'll make sure I change that here. This should be inch. Oops. There you go. So now the notes have inches. This is all dimensions are inches. That's because this is an inch drawing. So right off the bat, when I've created this, I know that this is my standard border. I'm going to save as, and I'm going to create this, make this my standard. Oh, why have my caps on? Standard title block. And what I'm going to put at the end, inch. And then of course put my name so I know it's mine. Okay, so now I'm going to save that, and now I know that I have this as my standard title block in inch. Now before I do anything, I'm going to go ahead and create my metric version of this. Okay, we know that the metric conversion from a 1 inch to a metric is 25.4 millimeters. That means that for every 1 inch you have 25.4 millimeters. So we need to do that conversion on this. So first thing we're going to do is we need to make sure, when I did these things, they were done in MText. Well, when you scale in MText, MText doesn't like to be scaled. So what we need to do is we need to explode this drawing. So it's an X, explode it. What that does is it breaks all the MText commands out and makes them look. If I click on this, it makes it a standard text box. It doesn't do the thing where you can edit, you have to edit each line separately. Well, that's fine because I've already created my pattern and I don't care. So now I'm ready to go. Now I can do the scaling. So I'm going to scale, put a window around the whole thing, right click, pick the base, which is down here at the bottom corner, and I'm going to pick 25.4. Hit enter. Now it's become huge, very big. Now I can still see it because I'm still in my 1 inch scale view, right? When I start zooming out, which right now it only goes up to here because it's as far as it can go when you zoom out. So what you have to do is you have to force a zoom. So you do Z, which is zoom, and all. Means all of it. Now if you notice when I did that, look very closely, but the yellow lines out there are not dashed anymore. I cannot see my line types. My line types are still in the 1 inch mode, right? They're still 1:1. But I've changed my border to 25.4 times the size, right? So essentially I'm standing 25.4 times further away from the screen than I was a minute ago. Well, line types are still set at 1:1, which are still at 1 inch. So they're tiny. So if I zoom into one of these, you can see that if I zoom in really close, it's still at the right line type. If I zoom out, it can't tell what it is, right? So how can we get the look of it to be correct in scale? Well, we need to scale the line type scale, which is LT scale, to the same amount, 25.4. And there you go. You'll see that the line types are now adjusted to the 25.4 times away from the page that I am now. Also with that comes dimensions. Dimensions are also sitting at 1:1. So we need to do dim scale and 25.4. So that means any of the dimensions I do from now on will meet the size requirement, meaning it will look correctly, proportionate to the drawing I have. Okay, now that I've got this done, everything's set, I'm going to go up to File, Save As. Remember this one I just created? Well, guess what? I'm going to change only one word in there, metric, and now I have two title blocks. One is an inch title block and one is a metric title block. The scaling is all done for you. Everything should be rock and roll. Your layers are already there for both. Everything's ready to go. You should be able to start your drawing. Now, let's say I do a drawing, like for assignment 6C, which I'm about to do, and the outside diameter is 250, right? Which is diameter 250. Well, you notice, look, well, that's the outside of my part, and look what I'm doing. Look what it is. It's already too big for this border. So, because I know I'm pretty close, I can see that I just need to scale up a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move this circle out of the way, and I'm going to scale my border one more time to meet my drawing. So I'm going to scale it up for 6C. It was pretty easy. It's 1.5. That'll give you that. You can move this in, put it right inside here. Everything's good. And now you'll notice that you have enough room to do this drawing. And if you wanted to, you could go a little bigger. 1.5 is enough for me. I could make this work and put it in here and put all dimensions. And you want to make sure you don't get too close to the border. And you have to have enough room to project your part across and get your dimensions in there. So in this case, you might want to go maybe a little more, maybe 1.75 or something to go a little bigger. But this is how it works. So now that I have a metric version, I can adjust it slightly and I can still see everything clearly. It's not so bad that I can't see everything. Okay, that's why I want to have an inch border and a metric border. That's how I'm going to start, okay? So I'm going to leave this alone, and that should help you guys on border scaling. All right, thank you.